Does neoliberal environmentalism lead to environmental justice? Have you ever wondered how economic policies affect our environment and the communities that rely on it? Today, we are tackling a pressing question. Does neoliberal environmentalism lead to environmental justice? Neoliberal environmentalism applies market-based principles to environmental protection, treating nature as a form of natural capital. This means that ecosystems and natural resources are valued mainly for the economic benefits they provide to humans. The goal is to align environmental objectives with economic growth by commodifying nature and promoting market trading of environmental goods, like carbon credits. From the viewpoint of political anthropology, neoliberal environmentalism is rooted in classical liberal ideas. These ideas emphasize individual liberty, private property, and free markets. The belief is that environmental degradation happens when markets fail to price natural resources correctly. To fix this, the approach assigns economic value to nature, encouraging conservation through financial incentives instead of government regulation or collective action. However, this market-driven framework often depoliticizes environmental issues. It frames them as technical economic problems rather than social or political conflicts. This approach tends to prioritize individual rights and private ownership over collective justice. As a result, justice in this context mainly focuses on protecting property rights and enabling market transactions. It does not address broader social inequalities or historical injustices linked to environmental harm. When we look at environmental justice, which emphasizes fair distribution of environmental benefits and burdens, the challenges become clear. Neoliberal environmentalism often exacerbates inequalities by favoring those with economic power. Vulnerable populations, who may not have access to market mechanisms or property rights, can be marginalized. For example, monetizing ecosystem services can lead to the exclusion of indigenous peoples and local communities who depend on natural resources but lack formal property titles. Additionally, neoliberal environmentalism shifts the responsibility for environmental care onto individuals. This encourages personal lifestyle changes and environmental responsibility. While this can promote some positive behaviors, it may also obscure the structural causes of environmental issues. It reduces the chances for collective political action aimed at systemic change. In summary, while neoliberal environmentalism incorporates some norms of accountability and justice, its market-centric approach generally does not lead to environmental justice as understood in political ecology or anthropology. Instead, it tends to reinforce existing social hierarchies and depoliticize environmental struggles by framing them as market failures. Environmental justice requires addressing deeper social and political dimensions, which neoliberal environmentalism often overlooks.